How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have good news coming out today. Bitcoin is actually doing something really bullish, and we just saw a pullback. So we saw Bitcoin go up to 106,600. We saw a pullback, which I actually think is really bullish. And I'm not just saying this now. I had said yesterday, or maybe even the day before, that if we see this kind of pullback, this low pullback that we just saw a few minutes ago, it could be a sign of very good things to come. So we'll talk about that along with what you need to know today, because the Nasdaq's up nearly 2%. Bitcoin is up a lot over the weekend. We have altcoins moving as well. So before we get started, if you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. There have been a lot of people getting kicked off of YouTube recently. I know 3 or 4 people just in the last week that have gotten kicked off YouTube. So join me on Telegram underneath the video. When I get kicked off, or if I get kicked off, I'll be posting over there. I got kicked off 2 weeks ago, and I was posting over there. By the way, over on BYDeFi, if you want, you can start trading using leverage, or just, you can use this website to start buying crypto in general. But if you use the link underneath the video, it's in the link tree. It's actually the second link down. You can trade and get up to $10,000 worth of Bitcoin just for trading on the platform. So the more you trade, the more you can get. We've done this in the past and given away over $40,000 the 2 times that we've done this, and there's about 4 or 5 days left on this, so you can join. And this isn't just for new people, this is for everyone that's ever used my link, which is fantastic because you can do this like every month. You could get some extra crypto. So check this out. Let's roll the disclaimer too before we get started. Just a reminder, this is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. Do your own research. I'm never going to reach out to you either in the comment section or through any other means to try to get you to invest in something that I'm investing in or to send me crypto. Some links underneath the video are affiliate links. I may earn a commission, but this is at no extra cost to you. Of course, do your own due diligence. Okay, so the market is racing up today, 2.02% on the Nasdaq, 1.2% on the S&P 500. Which is great. I mean, it's very bullish right now. Why is this happening? Well, the senators have reached a deal to end the government shutdown. Now, this doesn't mean that the shutdown is over. As I understand, politicians can push this back. The House also, I think, has to agree on this moving forward. So we're not out of the woods yet, but it looks like there's some support and looks like the government shutdown might be done. Now, I've been saying that this would be a very bullish moment, and this is why I don't let government shutdowns, the government debt ceiling really inform my investing decisions, besides just having an extra opportunity to buy. A lot of these, well, all these are temporary setbacks that scare the market. And while this might actually have some real implications because some people didn't get paid, usually this is just a buying opportunity, and that's what it's turned out to be. You can see the Nasdaq up 2% here today, very close to all-time highs once again. Bitcoin is up as well. Now, right on the market open, like a couple minutes after, we actually saw a pretty big drop, like a $2,000 drop very quickly on Bitcoin. Now, I think this is just, whale manipulation, liquidation type stuff. I said yesterday, if the government shutdown ends, I wouldn't just automatically 100x long or anything like that, because whales will take this as a moment to manipulate the market and to liquidate some long positions. Binance is probably sending some crypto to Wintermute. And this is still bullish. I think this pullback actually makes sense. Yesterday or the day before, I said, if we see a pullback to these previous resistances between 104,000 and 104,500, if we flip that into support, I think that could actually be really good for us, because we have set now higher highs, right? Higher highs here and higher lows, and flipping previous resistance into support is bullish, and it could continue to send us up higher. So right now we are bouncing off that $104,500 region. So right now I think this is actually a beautiful move, and I'm pretty excited. This is why I doubled down on long positions last week, because I am bullish for end of year, and yeah, everyone that's been bullish has done quite well recently. Now, gold is pushing up to $4,100 an ounce among the U.S. government's funding deal, just 7% away from record highs. Nasdaq's pushing up, Bitcoin's pushing up. A lot of big entities have been using this to buy. Like I said, like you use fear, uncertainty, and doubt as a buying opportunity. Strategy just acquired 487 Bitcoin for about $50 million. A lot of this coming from, I think it was STRC. STRC raised $26.2 million. So they're still not trying to dilute quite as much as they have in the past, trying to use these other products to acquire more Bitcoin, which just means it's a little bit slower, but it's less dilutive as well. Bitmain acquired 110,000 Ethereum over the last week. They now own 2.9% of the entire Ethereum supply. This is another reason to be bullish. Like, no one had ever heard of Bitmain 6 months ago or 8 months ago because the company wasn't around. I think it was June that they started buying, and they already own 3% of the supply. Like, this is how quickly things can change because these companies can acquire crypto so quickly. It really can cause a bit of a shock. And while we haven't really seen retail come into the market, large amounts of retail investors haven't really flooded in. We have seen that happen with hedge funds and with new companies like this and Bitcoin treasury companies, and they have actually sent the price a lot higher, right? Even though Ethereum's not at all-time highs right now, this is a lot of buying pressure, which keeps us from going down too much lower. Now, of course, we can always fall down further. We saw that in the past. A couple weeks ago, we saw a huge liquidation event, and Bitmain buying doesn't necessarily stop us from crashing in the future, but it does add a lot of buying pressure, which will help us over time. James Wynn is going all in. He's going all in short. He says, I'm going to be completely and utterly honest here, and this is the God's honest truth. I have sold my entire crypto portfolio, excluding some long-term Bitcoin holdings. And in the past few hours, I've deployed all stables, 30% plus, 30% plus, and thrown it all on top of my short positions. No joke. As all in as I can get, pedal to the metal money where my mouth is. I'm either going to make hundreds of millions of dollars from leveraged short positions or I go bust. If I go bust, it's fine. I will take my Bitcoin spot, cold storage, and delete my X account and live off my real estate and other passive incomes and still drive off into the sunset with my four kids and my wife. However, if I'm right, which I truly believe that I am right, we go lower to $67,000 to $92,000. Here's the deal. If I'm wrong, I delete my account forever. If I'm right, you do a public apology saying James Wynn was correct all along. Okay, so James Wynn, almost the counter indicator recently. He's been wrong over and over, getting liquidated over and over, kind of making a fool of himself. But yeah, he's going all in short right now. Interesting. USDT issuer Tether is going to spend $100 million in advertising on Rumble. Okay, so Tether actually owns part of Rumble, I believe. This is a lot of money for advertising. Rumble's one of the places I've turned when I got kicked off X, but the problem with Rumble right now is they don't have a lot of organic viewership. There might be, I don't know, 1 million people or something. My videos on there, of course, I haven't been posting that long, but they might get 200 views, while on here they get 20,000. So that's kind of the problem for a lot of people. They don't want to go post unless they just have a big team and they can post on different places and it's not really that much friction. So I can post over on Rumble, but yeah, there just aren't that many people over there right now. But hopefully that changes. Hopefully there's some kind of competition here. I think that'd be good for YouTube too, because then they're forced to continue to get better and to treat people right. As we can see here, Bitcoin has been holding below this like multi-cycle trend line. So I actually took profits like way up here, and it wasn't perfect timing or anything like that, but I took profits because we were getting close to this trend line, and what do you know, we did get rejected down. But we have been holding this 50-week EMA as support, or SMA as support. So again, a lot of people pretty bullish on this move up because we held this as support once again. And the last few times that we've held this as support, we've had big moves after. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Again, we might see some whale games, but I think flipping this resistance into support is actually pretty bullish. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I really do appreciate you all watching. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, by the way, if you do want to check out BY DeFi, just a couple days left in this extra bonus period.